Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rayal and today I'm going to talk to you about what I do to manage my PCOS symptoms. So to manage my PCOS symptoms, I use a 3-step process: diet, exercise, and supplements. I say diet because I mean like what you eat, but it's more of a lifestyle. So I don't want you to think that like I'm doing like these crash diets here and there to try to manage things. Although in the past, when I didn't understand that I had PCOS or what was going on with my body, I did try a bunch of different diets to try to get my weight under control. So diet. First and foremost, one of the things that I really try to do is stick to a very strict regimen of what I eat and don't eat. I happen to be lactose intolerant, so a while ago I cut dairy out of my diet, but I'm even more strict with it now. So for me, I don't drink milk. I haven't had yogurt, which I tend to like yogurt. I haven't had cottage cheese, which I love cottage cheese and it's killing me. And I know it's a really unpopular opinion, but I find that cottage cheese is delicious. Cheese on a whole is my weakness. I haven't had cheese in quite a few months. Actually, that's not true because I had goat cheese on a salad maybe about a month ago, but it's not a lot. Goat cheese per se doesn't bother me, but other forms of dairy do, except when I'm not in the United States, because for some reason the dairy that's here is just real funky in my body. So I digress. I cut out dairy. I don't eat grains, although sometimes I do crave bread. And I was just in Trinidad and I had a lot of doubles and a lot of roti, so grains. But other than that, not so much. I don't really eat pasta. I don't eat rice. I do eat quinoa every once in a while, but I haven't had quinoa in a very long time. And then other things that I cut out: dairy, grains, carbs on a whole are not good. Sugar. So the other thing that I do is make sure that my sugar intake is really, really low or zero. Sugar wreaks havoc on your PCOS symptoms. So does any type of refined carbohydrates. For some reason, like it sits in the body as fat anyway, or your body metabolizes it as fat. It's just not good on a whole, but for some reason it causes your insulin to spike. And those spikes in insulin and that elevated level of insulin is not good for women with PCOS. So what do I eat? I eat a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruits that are like low glycemic. So a lot of berries. I do like apples every once in a while, tangerines and other citrus fruits, grapefruit, but I do eat those in moderation. One of the things that I did to help me, because I am a huge sugar addict, is I did the Arise and Shine cleanse, the 28-day cleanse, and I extended it to about 40 days. And while I didn't lose any weight at all on that cleanse, what it did help was to reset my metabolism a little bit. It gave me the leg up that I needed to get rid of cravings. It allowed me to have even more energy than I had before. So whatever toxins and heavy metals were like in my body that were causing the imbalances that I was feeling, the Arise and Shine cleanse really helped. So diet is number one, and it's a big one. I personally do not eat any form of meat, red meat specifically. I do eat chicken and turkey every once in a while. And when I say every once in a while, like I mean every once in a while. Like I'll make chicken for my daughter and I'll have like a bite and then I'm good. Like I don't need any more. For some reason, I'm just not a meat person. Even fish, which I love fish, except for salmon. I'm not a salmon person. I don't like it. I know, unpopular opinion, but it's just not my thing. I don't like the taste of that fish. I don't eat sugar. I don't eat dairy. I don't eat grains. I just really try to eat a lot of whole foods as much as possible. For people with PCOS, one of the things we also have to do is make sure we eat a lot of good fats. So think your avocados, your omega-3s, your omega-6s, your omega-9s. Salmon is very good for people with PCOS. So anything that has a lot of those good fats. You want your avocado oils, your coconut oils. You want your olive oils. And I try to eat as much whole foods, as much organic, and as clean as possible, because trust and believe, those are the things that are going to affect you in a way that you never thought possible. A lot of things I try to do as well, like I gave up refined and packaged foods a while ago. Unless I'm in dire straits, I don't do it because I just don't know what ingredients are in there. And if those are clean ingredients or whole ingredients, or if they're using other preservatives or things like that. So yeah, so I really do try my best to have as clean a diet as possible. One of the things that really helped me once I got diagnosed with PCOS was doing the 30-day PCOS challenge. And it's really about changing your habits and mindset toward food. And every once in a while I do it. The first time I did it, I lost like 22 to 25 pounds and I was stoked. And then, you know, you go along and you try other things. Another thing that I do, I mentioned diet, exercise is the second thing. So when it comes to exercise, people with PCOS, we cannot do a lot of strenuous activity. I would love to get back to weight training, but it's just not in the cards for me. So I do weight training in other ways with my body as a lever. And one of the things that I'm actually going to try to do, I've started and stopped maybe about 12 times, is the Tracy Anderson method, hip-centric, because I gain my weight in my hips and thighs. So I'm actually going to get back to that. But on a whole, the exercise that I do the most is walking. When it's beautiful weather outside, I go outside and I walk around the block. Not just the general block around my house, but sometimes the 2 sets of like blocks. And sometimes if I'm feeling good, I'll go another block over so that I make it a really good walk. And I do that maybe once if I'm stretched on time, or 2 or 3 times if I'm feeling really good or have a lot of energy. When it's not good weather outside and when it's cold here in the Northeast, I do walking on the treadmill and I do brisk walking. That's one of the approved exercises for people with PCOS, so I make sure to do that a lot. When I was doing that at the peak of my fitness regimen, I saw pounds drop. And I was doing that, you know, eating well and all of those other things, but I saw really good results. Another exercise that's really good for people with PCOS is yoga and mat Pilates. For women like me over 40, they say weight training is good anyway. And with the Tracy Anderson method, I think she says to use like 3-pound weights for the first, I haven't gotten past the second video series, so I don't know what's after that. But in the first 2 video series, which is days 1 through 10 and 11 through 20, she said no more than a 3-pound weight, because what you're trying to do is create lean muscles and not bulk up, so you don't want to do more than that anyway. So diet, exercise, and then supplements. I'm gonna show you a peek into the supplements that I use on a daily basis. So this is the selection of supplements and herbs that I take mostly on a daily basis, with the exception of these right here. So now that I have the Ready for Action drops again, I don't take the Dunk High and the Female Health. When I ran out of the Ready for Action and was sold out, I was taking the Dunk High and the Female Health. They do the same thing. The Dunk High and Female Health does the same thing as the Ready for Action, so I don't take them both at the same time. I prefer the Ready for Action. It's 1 dropper versus the 2, and the taste is slightly better, although they're both very bitter. If you've been rocking with me for a while, you know that I take my Hum vitamins. These are the ones that were recommended for me, and then I added in these, which are the Runway Ready hair, skin, and nail vitamins. Another really good one for people with PCOS is the Ovasitol supplement. And I just realized for the first time today that I've been taking this incorrectly. You're supposed to take 2 sachets a day with meals. So usually it's like 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. Usually I only get to 1 sachet a day, and I was like, I don't really see the difference, but I'm going to step it up and start taking 2 a day. What I have found is that when I take the Ready for Action drops, these right here, I do not have any hot flashes or night sweats. Another new supplement that I've added is the berberine. This one right here. It mimics a little bit, it's like a natural form, and it mimics what the metformin that my doctor had prescribed for me was doing. I'm off of metformin now, so I'm taking this. I also found Active PK online, which contains berberine and 2 other supplements, and it's supposed to really like supercharge your ability to burn fat, lose weight, and those types of things. So once I run out of this supply of berberine, then I'm going to start taking the active PK and see how I feel. Vitamin C, fish oil is something that I need. So I've been taking that because I'm not really a fan of salmon. I know, very unpopular opinion. So I take fish oil. Once this supply is done, there's quite a bit still left. Once this supply is done, I'm going to add in the omega 369 because my doctor said, the naturopath, he said that's much better than just the omega 3s. He also recommended that I take 7-keto DHEA, which is specially formulated for women, and it helps promote healthy weight management and things like that. I was taking biotin before, and biotin is really good for promoting healthy weight management, but since I'm taking the hair, skin, and nail vitamins, I didn't want to overdo it on the biotin, so I'm just rocking with this. This supplement right here, the Testoplex from Zymogen, oh my God. I will have to say this and this are single-handedly some of the best supplements that I've ever had, because once I started taking these, initially when I started taking this, my period came back in 48 hours. Now my period hasn't been back. I think I'm just at that point where my body's like, yeah, we're off this. And I'm gonna have to be okay with that. But this Testoplex, it says supports vitality, virility, and vigor. And they are not playing. Like, it really does everything that it says. That's another supplement that has really helped to level out my hormones and give me some type of normalcy back. And the ready for action, when it says ready for action, it means ready for action. Like, my sex drive was almost like completely gone, and taking the ready for action along with the Testoplex has really helped to bring it all back, like 100%. I can definitely say if I was dating someone, like, he'd be in trouble. Like, that's to let you know like how good that supplement is. You see my daughter in the background looking like, what the heck is my mom saying? This is another good supplement here, the PCOS multi. Anyone with PCOS, you should definitely be taking these. I love these multivitamins. They're really, really good. This one and the Ovasitol you can get from the PCOS Nutrition Center. The Ovasitol you can also get from Amazon, as well as this, some of the hum vitamins, and this, the zinc. Zinc is also another good supplement for women with PCOS, and so that's what I take. Like I said, it's a lot to choke back on a daily basis, but to be completely honest with you, I feel so much better taking all of these supplements than I ever did when I was taking the metformin. All right, so now you've seen a peek into the supplements that I use. Like I said, it's really about making lifestyle changes. Some of the other things that I do, I join PCOS support groups so that I can hear what other women are going through, hear what other women are doing, hear different things that they've experienced, what they've tried and haven't tried. As you saw in the last clip that I showed in terms of the supplements, berberine is one of the supplements that I'm using now. I got that from one of my PCOS groups. I also make sure to visit the PCOS Nutrition Center to see what new supplements are available for women with PCOS. I go to my PCOS Kitchen, I believe is the site, to learn about new recipes and different types of foods and other dietary concerns for women with PCOS. And there's another site too, I'll drop that below so that you can have an idea of what I'm doing. And don't get me wrong, sometimes you do crave something, or sometimes you just want what you want. Does that mean that I don't have a piece of cake or I don't have a slice of pizza? Of course not. I just don't have it in the quantities that I used to, or as often as I used to. If you have questions about what I'm doing in terms of how I'm managing my PCOS symptoms and how I get by day to day, how I'm feeling, be sure to drop those in the comment section below. One other thing I do want to mention before I leave is make sure you do a lot of self-care. Take care of yourself. Cancel those plans. Stay home, stay in bed. Take a mental health day. Whatever it is that's going to get you through, do it. Get that massage, do your nails, go and get your hair done. Those are some of the ways that I think about my self-care. But it's okay to be selfish when you have PCOS. What are you doing to help manage your PCOS symptoms? Until then, thank you so much for allowing me into your life, and thank you for sharing a peace of mind. Be sure to like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe so that you know when I'm dropping new videos. I try to drop them at least once a week, if not sooner, but sometimes, you know, life gets busy and it's okay not to do a video if you don't have the energy or the time to do the editing. Until next time, thank you so much. And like I said, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop those below, and I'll talk to you soon.